BoofPaxkMooky is an artist who has made waves across the underground rap scene, and he has gained a lot of recognition over the past couple of years and played a huge role in reviving plug as a genre. In this video, I wanted to go over Mooky's story, talking about his early life, how he got into music, as well as talking about his music career and giving my opinions on him. Matthew Wright was born on November 29th in 1997 in Tarboro, North Carolina, and he grew up a normal kid. He liked playing video games like Call of Duty Zombies, 2K and Street Fighter, and liked watching cartoons like Fairly Odd Parents, Foster's Home and Invader Zim. As a kid, Mooky's first introductions to music were from his mum, who would play old school R&B around the house, as well as his dad who would play hip hop music, with his dad often playing artists like Cameron and Max B. Growing up, Mooky stayed to himself and never had any trouble with anyone. He'd spend a lot of his time as a kid outside, would ride around the streets on his bike with his friends. But something surprising about Mooky is that he never saw himself being a rapper and would instead spend his time in high school playing basketball and having dreams of going to college and playing basketball professionally. But he ended up quitting basketball as a junior in high school and started rapping instead. He started making music seriously when he was 19, but made his first song when he was 17. He was inspired to make music by his friend Cali Breeze, who was making music at the time. Mooky found out Cali was making music on Facebook, and he left his aspirations for basketball behind after seeing the success of his friend, and decided to pursue his own career as an artist. But this was a hard decision for him to make, as at the end of the day it was a big risk. He didn't know what was going to happen, but he knew he didn't want to get a job, and decided to go all out with music. When Mooky first started rapping, he had a writing process where he would write his lyrics down, but he didn't like this style, as he thought it made his songs sound too scripted. As well as this, it would take him far more time to make songs, and he said that it would take him 2 whole classes in school to write one song. Therefore, to get a more natural sound and save time, he decided to start punching in lyrics. He said in an interview as well that with this style of rapping he can now get a song done in under 5 minutes, and it's practically become muscle memory for him at this point. When Mooky first started releasing music, no one in his town cared about it. According to him, even though they all knew about what he was doing, they thought he wasn't shit and just a guy who sold weed. However, despite the lack of support from his hometown, he never let this dishearten him, and he continued to make music just because he liked doing it, and stopped caring about the opinions of others. And I can really respect this mindset. It was clear he had his eyes set on making this happen, and he wanted to create a name for himself. And it's safe to say he's done just that, as after consistently putting out music for a while, he began to garner followers and listeners, and has now attained a huge amount of recognition for his talent and ability. And at the beginning of 2021, Mooky got to do his first show and got to see the product of his hard work in person, with tons of fans there to listen to him. And he said that from here he only feels more motivated to succeed. A few months back, Mooky moved to Atlanta from North Carolina as well, and has said that he just felt like it was the right move. In terms of music, in his career Mooky has put out a lot of projects and has released more than 20 projects in only 5 years. My favourite Mooky projects, which I'd recommend you listen to, are probably I've Been High for Days, Garden, 4 Seasons and Space Pack 2. Mooky has also worked with a lot of talented artists and producers too, like Texaco, SSG Kobe, Stupid Zool, Cash Cash, Mexico Dro, 1600J and Young Brando. Often a lot of people try and categorise Mooky's music as plug, but he has said before that he doesn't like being labelled as a plug artist, and feels as though his music is more soulful and that he touches far more genres than just plug. Mooky has also said that he keeps pushing his sound and trying new things, and you can definitely see this on his new tapes, as he's hopping on more ambient and experimental beats, and you can definitely see this shining through on his most recent tape The Leak, and especially on his collaborative tape with the legendary producer Grim Dozer called I've Been High for Days. I really like this project, as it exemplifies Mooky's artistic ability, as he effortlessly raps on beats which you might not have expected him to hop on before. I definitely recommend you check out this project if you haven't heard it, because the R&B and jazzy style production combined with Mooky's flow just sounds insane. Apparently Mooky completed this tape in just 3 days too, making each song in no more than 10 minutes, which is insane to think about and only further shows his crazy talent for making tracks. Currently, Mooky has more than 200,000 monthly listeners on Spotify and has over 60,000 Instagram followers. I see Mooky having a really bright future, and these numbers will definitely only increase with time. In my opinion, I think Mooky has a sound and style which separates him from a lot of his competition in the underground, and his recent projects have only further showed the fact that he's here to stay, and that he will continue to experiment and push boundaries with his sound. Aside from music, another reason I really like Mooky is because he has a really positive outlook and seems like just a chill normal guy, and he spreads good messages to his fans which I can appreciate a lot.
Follow yourself, bro. Follow your dream. Like whatever you want to do in life, like do that shit. Like can't nobody tell you you can't do it because they ain't doing it. Like what have they done in this shit? Feel me? It mainly be those people trying to feel me down you, but you can't let that shit distract you, bro. Ain't no limit to this shit either. Like you can go as far as you want to, bro. Just put in that work.
I mean, for real, bro, just as long as you having fun doing you, bro, that's all that matters. Like, you ain't got to be like nobody else. You ain't got to portray you can portray whatever image you pushing out, bro. Like, for real. Do whatever you feel like you supposed to do, what you have to do that shit, man. Cause anything can happen, man. You see it. You see me and the gang up here right now.
I hope you enjoyed the video, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day.